Yeah, man, that was a crazy movie. So we just got done watching The Substance, a movie directed by Corley Fargett, and Demi Moore is in this movie. I've never seen her in anything like this at all.
No, she hasn't been in anything like this. It also stars Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid, who killed it. Also, great cast. But Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore has worked with the director before. Margaret Qualley, she's been in the film Revenge, and she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood also. I think she was the feet girl, you know, the one that had her foot up on the dashboard. Brad Pitt was looking at her crazy, but they did a great job. Demi Moore, wow. I mean, she doesn't need the substance. To me, she still looks great.
I feel like that was kind of a part of the whole gig for this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not like she looks great. She does look great.
She looks great.
In the movie, they're like, well, we need something new and fresh.
Yeah.
But it's like, really? Like she was fine. There's nothing even wrong with her.
But it's a Hollywood thing though, that after a certain age, you're done. And there's less roles for older women. Mm-hmm. You know, unless you're playing the mom or whatever.
So Demi Moore is in this movie, but this isn't a movie for Demi Moore fans exactly, I would say. If you just want to watch a movie just because Demi Moore is in it, I tread lightly on this one because this is a horror movie. This isn't something that she's been in before. G.I. Jane.
Striptease. She was in Charlie's Angels.
Margaret Qualley. She's, I've seen that movie Revenge that she's in. Revenge is a pretty good movie as well. You can find it on Shudder.
And that was also directed by the same director. I don't even know where to start with this movie. Now, we just so happened to look and see that it was playing a little early, so we got an early peek at this movie. Wow. The shots. There was a shot at the beginning that it was a time passage. Remember?
Yeah.
There was a time passage, and I was like, wow, that is very creative. I was really impressed. There's a lot of great wide shots and a lot of great macro lens shots where it's real close, where you could see, like, you know, the fly, his eyeballs. Like it, so the style of the work was, I mean, the director was a female director. She did an amazing job. I mean, wow, this thing was directed really well.
Yeah, I was very impressed with some wide shots. And like he said, the intro had no dialogue and told a full-blown story.
Yeah.
You know, and it gave you an idea somewhat. You think you know where this is going, but you have no idea. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Where this movie is going until you finish it and the titles are rolling.
You watch the trailer and you're like, okay, this is probably not going to end well, right? But you still have you're watching the film and you have no idea how bad it could get. Like, wow. Like, I was like, wait a minute. You know, is it over? No, it's not over. Oh my God, what's going to happen now? Oh man, it was crazy.
I'm trying to remember the last time my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like it got crazy.
Yeah.
It got real loony.
It went there and then it went off the tracks and kept going like somewhere else. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Wait, no, they're not going to do this, are they? Oh man. And then it just, you think that's it? No, it's not. It just kept going. Like I said, the only thing I knew was, when we saw the trailer, I was like, oh, wow, this is probably not going to end well for her. But I had no idea. And you're sitting in the theater and you're trying to guess what's going to happen. And you're not, during the movie, you're not going to be able to guess.
You know how there's certain things, you're watching a movie and you're like, okay, now this is about to happen. That's not what happens in this movie. If anything, you've guessed it, but you did not think it would go to the magnitude that it goes to. And some.
Yeah.
And multiple cherries on top.
Man.
It gets absolutely crazy.
Bananas.
With that said, I loved it. I like that a movie like this got an actual reaction out of me. Like authentic, legit, jaw drop. Like I was in awe. Like I couldn't believe what I was looking at a certain point. I'm like, is this the same movie?
Yeah, it had that effect on me too. A lot of sexual shots, a lot of sexual angles of some of the, the actresses.
Yeah.
But it wasn't done distastefully at all. Like it like watching the movie, you can tell when it's like some guy director like, oh yeah, do this or that. But it just had there was a story behind why it was shot the way it was shot. and it was done really well.
We keep talking about how crazy it is because we wasn't expecting that. We walked in with not much expectations. We figured like, oh yeah, obviously after seeing the trailer, something's gonna go wrong. But what's gonna go wrong exactly? We sure as hell found out. This is something very unique because it's got a great performance. It's not predictable. It's a complete movie. It's got the sound, the cinematography, the acting, and the the horror.
We didn't know it was going to be a horror film. It looked interesting. So could have been a thriller. I don't know, but man,
In the trailer reaction, I mentioned that it kind of reminded me of Upgrade, like or a Black Mirror episode, something that kind of takes place in the future or something like that. But it's not really focused on its future. It's way more focused in some real world issues actually, like with acting in L.A. and trying to stay relevant. Demi Moore's character name is
Elizabeth Sparkle.
yeah, and she was man, she was going through one mental battle, that's for sure. And it told a story that it felt pretty realistic, but then it just it just gets so crazy.
Yeah.
Like again, my jaw dropped, and that is super rare.
Yeah, my jaw dropped like at least 3 times, or I was like, oh no, oh wow.
I'm recommending this movie, but just know that it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Go in this knowing it's a horror movie. Like this is your warning.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It was funny. Like I said, the first hour and a half, you're gonna be the film is 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think. It keeps your attention the whole time because you're like, what's gonna happen? You kind of feel like you know what's gonna happen, but you don't know what's gonna happen. So it keeps you intrigued. I mean, the way the story's being laid out, what's she gonna do next? What's gonna happen in this part? Are they gonna find, la 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 la, whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I really like the creativity behind the substance. We know that she's injecting herself with something to improve her beauty. We're not going to get into exactly how that happens or why, but I am going to get into how there are certain procedures you have to obey for this individual to continue to enjoy the experience without any issues. Obviously, she's a hard-headed because of reasons that is causing great character development. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like you should go into this pretty blind. Just know that this movie gets crazy, and I loved it. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna give it. 2 cups of coffee, maybe 2.5. I'll say 2.5. Yeah, it's not something I'm gonna probably go watch over and over again, but I definitely enjoyed my time with it.
It's a one-time watch for me also. It's like it takes you for a ride, man. I mean, you're going for a ride. Like you're gonna I people walked out of the theater quiet and I was still laughing. I don't know why. I just couldn't stop laughing at how crazy the movie was. I'm gonna give it man, it was shot well. It was directed well. The sound design was well.
The sound design was probably one of my favorite things in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because everything else was top of the line as well.
Yeah. I mean, the way she used the certain lenses, the macro shots to tell a story, like the beginning of the film, the way it just laid out the time passage at the beginning of the film was like Chris was saying, it told a story. I mean, would I watch it again? Yeah, I'd watch it with people just to watch their reaction. But I'm gonna give it 2 cups of coffee. It's gonna be one that sticks with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I think that's why Demi Moore. I think that's why she decided to do it. It's got some. Yeah, it's really interesting. People in Hollywood are taking that Ozempic, or I think it is, or what is that? The weight loss drug. And people in Hollywood they want to stay a certain way to be accepted and to stay relevant. Like Chris was saying, I mean, it's a thing. So the director, she wrote and directed this, and I guess it's her love letter to Hollywood. I guess.
Yeah.
It's her love letter.
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
People using enhancements in competitive sports, anything that you use to make yourself better in one way or another.
Yeah, BBLs, is that what they call it?
Brazilian.
I guess it. Yeah. I guess that's a.
That's
Yeah,
going.
yeah. It's
That's
all.
going under the knife. That's not.
Yeah.
That's so. But it is in relation to
Oh,
everything here.
this is worse than going under the knife. Man,
And oh yeah, way worse.
man.
I mean, and you see how it plays out with this character, how
Right.
she's reacting, and how it's not really the thing she's doing. That's not the solution to her issue. The issue is her.
Yeah.
And you get to see that. You get to see just how mentally unstable she is.
And
You
then,
know,
yeah.
she's the worst client ever for this substance.
Yeah. She couldn't. Yeah, make up her mind even when she
Man.
should have made up her mind to go a certain way.
Oh my goodness.
And Demi Moore, man, she did an amazing job. And like I said, she didn't need the substance. She still looks good to me, man. Maybe because I'm older. I don't know.
And now it's society, man. Society telling you you're not enough.
Yeah.
You're lacking this. You're flabby. It's, stuff like that.
Well, even Dennis Quaid in the scene.
Yeah, that was the defining moment.
Yeah.
That's why she went there.
Yeah.
Which we can't.
Yeah.
Y'all just need to watch this one.
Yeah,
I highly recommend it.
If you have the stomach, watch this film. I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's good. It's very intriguing. It's not all. Well, I can't even say that.
It's a horror movie. That's it. Let's just leave it at that.
Enjoyable too. Enjoyable.
I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Where there was nudity, there is a bit of it, it's telling a story at those moments. There's acknowledgement of what is actually going on, why she's standing there, and what she's going through mentally. That kind of explains everything without actually holding your hand and telling you. To me, it's common sense in my mind. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Some people might get distracted, or I don't know, if you go with your girl, she might kind of give you the side eye or something. But, other than that, y'all are gonna forget about it real quick because it goes
somewhere else. Like I said, if you can handle this, Real Bros suggest you go see this film.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Now, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm soaking it in because we just finished watching this movie. It kind of does make me want to watch it again, talking about it, because there was so much irony in this movie. There's so many things I'm pretty sure I missed or don't even remember because of it's a whole lot is thrown at you.
So, The Substance.
Check it out.
Yeah.
We're going to continue on with this channel. Comment and let us know other films you want us to go see. We appreciate you guys' feedback. We read and try to respond to all of them. So we thank you for the support.
Appreciate you guys. Like he said, this film is a sleeper. We're proud to be able to share this one with you. Make sure to like and subscribe and share your thoughts about this film or any other film you might want us to watch.
For sure. Real Bros out.
We out.